Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode number 13
Wow, you're getting pretty good at this.
of Generation Viewpoint. I'm Evan, and this is my dad, Freedom.
Hola, everybody. Is that right? Hola? No, it would be hola.
Yeah, it's
right?
hola.
Hola, you're like, hola what?
Did you read that off of my uke?
I did see it on your
That's
uke,
on the
by
top of
way.
my ukulele.
And I think it's hola. So, boy, oh boy, we need
Yeah.
some help on our foreign language speak. So,
Yeah.
But awesome. No, great to be back here again with you, Evan.
Yeah.
And going to have some fun today. You know, the one thing I wanted to start this episode with all of our community out there who is going online and visiting our podcast and seeing our site. So for people who are listening on iTunes, you don't know this, but on our YouTube and on our site, we have links on there for some Amazon things, and also we have some little Adsense ads that show up on the side there, right? So I don't know. How do you feel about those? That's a great question right there, is how do you feel about when you go to a website and there's ads? Do you notice them? Do they bother you? Do you not care? How do you feel about it?
I think they're more white noise by now.
White, yeah, you're so used to it, right?
But since I learned the kind of, I guess, science behind them,
Yeah.
I guess, behind especially AdSense, how they know
Yeah.
what you were looking at. Like, say you go on and you buy a watch and
Yeah.
you go to the next website and it's the ad for the watch is right there.
Right.
I notice that more because I look for it and be like, I wonder how accurate they are now.
Okay, yeah.
So
they're pretty much checking your they see your search history in your
Yep.
browser,
Yep.
and then they make suggestions on the ads based on what you like looking at or what you're interested in.
Yep.
Not on random things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think they're more white noise than anything?
Yeah, it's more white noise unless I go to look at it.
Right.
So it's
right.
kind of like that.
Okay. Well, the reason why I wanted to bring this up, too, on this episode was for everybody who's going to the YouTube, like I said, and to our podcast on our website, you'll see that these are there. There's an Amazon link, there's AdSense, and those are there. We put those there intentionally, and how they work is very simple. Obviously, to put on a podcast, it costs a little bit of money to produce these things and put them up there, and we're more than willing to pay that work because we're having a blast, and we love sharing with everybody that's out there. I mean, I would pay more if we had to. This is
Yeah.
great, so I'm so glad to do that, and I'm so glad that you guys are joining us. But how those things work on those ads that are on there, if you ever click on one of those ads, if you saw something that you were interested in, they will actually pay us. It's not a lot of money, but they pay for a click. And on the Amazon links on there, if you were to click on that and go on Amazon and purchase things that you need, then they would also pay us a slight bit of money just for having that on our website. So I just wanted to bring that up because I guess I'm kind of old school when those things first started popping up, but it was always like a nuisance. It was a pain. You didn't want them there, But I think you're right. I think they're more white noise than anything. And I just wanted to bring that up for everybody who's joining us online. When they see them, they're like, what are these crazy things? I went on one day onto a produce website since I deal in produce for my day job. And there was a AdSense there of a rotten avocado on the side. And I'm like, why is it showing me a rotten avocado? What have I looked at recently that it thinks I want to see that?
Yeah.
Kind of weird. So, but anyways, I just wanted to cover that. So, Evan, I have a question for you.
All right.
There's going to be a time when you are married and you're sharing a home with a significant other.
Yep.
Okay. And there's certain things that right now mean nothing to you, but then they are going to mean something either to you or them. So I thought two of those things we would get cleared up right now. So whoever might be interested in you down the road can kind of know that where you're coming from, okay?
All right.
So the first question I have for you is toilet paper. Roll over or roll under?
Wow, we're getting deep here.
No. I mean, this is a big deal.
That's my private time, okay?
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to share this.
I mean, you can really get in an argument here.
Yeah.
If you were to go in the bathroom, there's no toilet paper, and you put the toilet paper in, and you had it coming over the top, and your significant other liked it coming under. So I just want to ask you, do you prefer over or under?
Well, first of all, I just want to say it does matter to me now, and I fight over it in our bathroom,
Okay.
and it has to go over.
Why is it that has to go over?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's kind of like one of those things where, like, when you're choosing a camera,
Yes.
it's either Nikon or Canon.
Okay.
They're both great cameras,
Right.
but once you choose one, you can't go to the other.
But you can be converted, I think. If somebody gave you a strong enough argument for putting the toilet paper rolled under, do you think you could be convinced?
No.
You couldn't be convinced.
I've been rolling over for almost 18 years now. I'm not going to change now.
I've been rolling over for 18 years. I love it, man. That's awesome. All right.
That's called an investment right there.
All right, so let's stick with rolling. Toothpaste. Do you believe in squeezing the toothpaste and leaving it flat or rolling the toothpaste as you go?
Flat.
Really?
Yeah, and then you just go from the bottom and just squeeze it up all the way to the top.
So I love rolling it, but over the years I've learned that if I roll it, my wife is just going to unroll it and flatten it back out, so I've stopped trying to roll it. See? So that's why I asked.
On that one, I would change. I would be okay with.
You would change on the toothpaste?
I would change that because, I mean, it's not.
No TP conversion going on here.
No.
I got you.
No.
All right.
That's my time. No one's changing my time.
All right, so I'm going to ask you another question then.
All right.
And this has nothing to do with the topic that we were just talking about, okay?
All right.
And I'm asking you this question for a purpose.
Oh, boy.
Blondes or brunettes? Evan Kongvold. Answer?
Blondes.
Now, okay. Now, Evan, you know why I asked you, and you know why you're laughing right now.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you want to tell our listeners and our community right now why it is that I'm asking you and why it is that you're laughing? So I don't have to tell them.
Because you are good.
Go ahead. We're listening.
Because
Yeah.
you are convinced.
Wait. Okay. All right. I'm just going to let you talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm talking. Yeah. Go ahead.
I can't.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tell him that. All right.
Okay. You are convinced that I like brunettes.
Now, why am I convinced of that, Evan?
Because I've dated 2 brunettes.
Okay. And you've been interested in how many more brunettes? Several. Thank you very much.
No, like
All right.
one.
How many blondes have you dated?
Multiple.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Fact not.
Okay. I'm going to name them. Lauren, Alyssa, Anna. Carly was kind of like a dirty blonde, but still blonde.
Okay. So I disagree. These were mostly all brunettes. I'm not talking about girls that like you were like, oh, we're dating and we're in 3rd grade. Like that doesn't count. I'm talking about dating as in like you were like dated for a short period of time. Brunettes, every single one of them. So you may think you like blondes, but you fall for the brunette.
Because I like blondes, but the blondes, they're usually way out of my league.
Okay.
So I have no chance.
I gotcha.
So I just back off.
So there's a league
That's
thing
why.
now. Okay.
It could be, I guess.
I don't know about that. I think they're well in your league. So, which brings me up to the next thing that I want to ask. So Andy Rooney, you've heard me talk about Andy Rooney's quotes before, right? Andy Rooney has a quote, and we're going to get deep for a moment, all right? Which you and I love.
Back to the toilet paper.
No, which you and I love to do. So I'm going to ask you this question. So Andy Rooney, one of his quotes that he has that says, "I have learned that under everyone's hard shell is someone who wants to be appreciated and loved." Right?
Yeah.
So do you want to be appreciated and loved?
Yes.
And I guess why that one came to mind when I was looking through some quotes of his, because I look at them quite often, is I was thinking how interesting it is that all of us want to be appreciated and loved, right?
Yeah.
And all of us want people. You had sent out a tweet the other day about people being interested.
Yeah.
Right? We all want people to be interested in us. We want to be appreciated. We want to be loved. This is something that's part of us to the core.
Yeah.
Right? Why is it then that for us guys, that when we're honest about that feeling, it seems like less manly? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Like if you say out loud, I want to be appreciated and loved, and I'd like somebody to be interested in me, right? Mm-hmm. As a guy, if you said that out loud, other guys would look at you and go, why did you just say that?
No, I definitely understand that because I think it all the time.
Yeah.
Like putting that tweet out, I know that fact that I want to be loved.
Right.
And I'm okay with other people knowing it.
Yeah.
So put it out for the world to see.
So what do you think causes us, though, what causes us not to say, we all think it.
Yes.
So why is it that we don't say things like that? And why is it that maybe there's a perception that if we do say that we want to be interested in love, that we're seen as weaker, possibly?
I don't know why it would be like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe because you want to, I don't know, you don't want the other person to be needy, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't want them to feed off of your love.
That's true.
I guess you want them to love themselves.
Be secure in their own right. Yeah.
So I guess that could be some of it, but I think we go too far by not saying it at all.
I think you're right. That's a great point. I think you're right on both of those. I think that sometimes if we say it out, we could be perceived as needy, right, and dependent on somebody else to fulfill them, right? Which part of love and relationships is us joining together, right, as men and men to build each other up and become stronger, right? And of course, when the time comes with a wife. But I think you're right on those, Ev. And I think it's the exposure too of being honest and saying, "Hey, I'd love to be loved and somebody be interested in me." That's very honest in exposing your needs and desires.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of risk involved in that. So. I don't know. I think that's. I was thinking about that, how that perception is there. But so funny thing happened. This is a couple months ago, and it's kind of in line with this. So I have a friend. His name is Matt. Right. Matt's a great guy. I really enjoy talking to him and spending time with him and stuff. So I'm at work, and it's happened a couple of times. Most recent, though, was a couple months ago, and my phone rings, and I answer the phone, and it's Matt. And Matt says, "Hey, how you doing?" Now, this is like 10 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Says, "Hey, how you doing?" And I say, "Great, and I'm doing fine. How are you?" Now, what's going on in my mind at this point in the phone conversation? Do you know what's going on?
I mean,
somebody called me.
You could probably be thinking that it's like, that he's a nice guy. I don't know.
So what's going in my mind is I'm like, why is he calling me? Like, what does he need? He's calling me at like 10 o'clock in the morning, right? Why is he calling? So,
yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, hey, you're great, man. So what's going on? So what's up? Now, what's up meaning like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Right? And he says, oh, no, man, just calling to say hello and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And now I'm still thinking, all right, now he's just doing some niceties, some social graces, and there's something at the end that he needs, which is fine because he's a friend of mine. I'll do anything he needs, you know? So I'm like, oh, yeah, no, everything's going good. How's your day going? He's like, oh, it's going good. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, so what's up? And he's like, no, just checking in. And I'm like, really? Just checking in? Now, let me ask you a question, Ev. As a guy, do you find that odd?
Well, guys usually don't do that.
Yes.
But I think I would appreciate that.
And that is exactly why I'm bringing this up. Because I thought it was the strangest thing ever. Girls check in with each other just to be social and check in and make sure they're doing okay and how their day is going, things like that. Guys, the only time we're communicating on a phone or something like that is when there's a point to it. Like, are you going to be here, or I need something, or do you need something?
Yeah.
There isn't, hey, how was your day?
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I usually don't text any guys.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There is no community amongst guys just to have community when it comes to phones and things like that. Now, we get in a room, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, I really appreciated that he took the time out to make the call to just do that.
Yeah.
And if somebody did it tomorrow, if my phone rang tomorrow at 10 o'clock and somebody said, hey, how you doing? I'd be like, great, how are you? What's up? And when they were like, no, just checking in, I'd be like, oh, okay, I don't know what to say now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just very funny. So I don't know. I thought of that. But
yeah,
I don't know, Ev. So that's it for now. You know, there's another great week and another great show.
Yeah.
And I love sharing some of these podcasts with just you and I. I love our guests, and I'm excited about our next guest, by the way.
That one's going to be...
We're going to have to find some really tricky questions or something for him, because I know he would appreciate some really good thought into those.
Big trivia.
Yes, deep trivia. So, but that's going to be awesome. But we thank everybody for joining us for another week on these random things of toilet paper over and under. You know what? If you heard this just now, go to our Facebook group page. okay? Or not the group, not the Facebook page, but the Facebook group. There's
Yes.
two separate things, the group. And tell us, toilet paper, over or under? We want to know what you think. And we should do a poll or something because I want to know if it's a 50-50 or if it's heavy to one side or another.
I feel like more people are going to say over.
I don't know.
I think.
All right, we're really counting on you guys now.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
The bottom of this. Does a little joke in there.
Dad joke.
I'm sorry.
My goodness.
Awesome. Anyways, we look forward to seeing you guys at another one. And have a great week. And we just love being with you. And talk to you soon.
See ya. Remember, we're on iTunes and Stitcher. And as always, thanks for being awesome.